Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both. Please hit the like button and subscribe button. Please. Anyway, today I want to talk about some more narcissistic abuse. I was going to do a fun one, but fuck it, let's just do this instead. Let's talk about shame by association, guilt by association. Let me explain what I mean. You'll recognize this. Have you ever been in a restaurant and you order your food and you kind of feel like the person that you've ordered from isn't really paying adequate attention and you know they're going to get it wrong, and your food comes and it's wrong and you go fucking nuts, like exploding all over the place? Probably at the person that's brought you your food, who's probably the person who took the order in the first place. We'll assume, for the sake of argument, they actually maybe did take the wrong order or something like that. But you just lay into this person. And you're so ready to do this. You've got everything lined up, ready to go. There are so many shots in the chamber. You know how to destroy this person and cut them down. You know how they've wronged you, how they've harmed you. You know how much better you would have done it because you're perfect. There's so much stuff going on that you just let it out all over this person. You've seen this happen, right? You've done this. And while it's happening, everyone in the restaurant is looking at you because you're making such a scene. Because how would anybody not be looking at you with the crap that you're shouting at this person? You're in that full-on mode where you're going to shout at somebody till they cry right in front of you, right? Because they've wronged you. They've brought your food wrong. This is tantamount to trying to kill you, right? And you've forgotten somebody. There's somebody sat opposite you at the table who you came to eat a meal with. And they're having a really shit time, to say the very least, because now they're not having a nice meal out. They're sat with the crazy guy who everybody's looking at. And maybe this isn't necessarily the first time you've done this either. Maybe you do this more often than you don't. Maybe it's actually probably quite a regular occurrence that on any trip out, you will find somebody and something to try and destroy because they've in some way wronged you. They've somehow done something to destroy your life. And you keep doing it, and you do it over and over. And this feeling that this person comes to know of absolute dread of being around you is quite reasonable, because you probably are going to have a meltdown because you're so entitled. And over time, what do you think that does to that person? Do you think that person's like, oh, great, yeah, let's go out. Let's go and do stuff. I want to spend time with you, you crazy yelling person. No, this destroys people. This just wears people down to nothing. Because you're always the person that's got to have the last word, that's got to shout at somebody that knows they're right and is going to destroy that waiter or that person in the car rental place or whoever it might be. It's exhausting. It's horrible. And maybe you just do it so often that they can't put up with it anymore. Now, we've all seen that and heard that. So let's look at it from our point of view. What's actually going on here? How does this actually tie into NPD, and why are we doing this? And more importantly, how are you going to stop it? Because you can't be going on like this, right? You've got a lot of entitlement That's got to be a driving force in this. There's a sense of entitlement. It's an NPD marker. We have a sense of entitlement. And that sense of entitlement entitles you to shout at people who really don't deserve it for things that nobody would deserve it for. Mistakes happen in life. Even things that are down to stupidity or ignorance or somebody not paying enough attention. Do these things really warrant this response that they get from us? Really? Especially given the negative consequences of them, not just for us and the person directly involved, but for the relationships we have with the people that are around us. But we have this sense, this entitlement, but I want this thing. I want it to be this way. And it should be, I've decided. And you don't really have that. Right. It's not, it's something to aim for in life, right? I suppose getting everything right all the time, everything being perfect, but come on. You've got to learn to roll with stuff, haven't you? You've got to learn to sometimes not get what you want or not get it when you want it and not be a big baby about it. I don't know how else to put that. There's not a clever trick. There's no analyzing behavior. There's no learning how to just get over it. You know when you're doing it. It's like a rage thing. You've got to grab hold of yourself and shake yourself a bit and pack it in. You're not entitled to anything. But that's what's coming out, right? And you're taking this opportunity to flex a couple of other things. You've got that feeling of superiority and that feeling of being better than whoever it is you're shouting at, because you would never have made that mistake, right? You wouldn't have done it. It was so simple. And if everybody was just like you, then the world would be a better place. Are you perfect? Really? Again, time to check this, right? We're none of us perfect. We all make mistakes. We all have bad days, even the best of us. Is everybody perfect all the time? Nah. But we expect it from other people because, hey, narcissism and entitlement, right? You've got to learn to roll with this. And the concept that I just keep in my head is that idea of be kind, everybody's having the worst day of their life. It's true. And if they're not, you don't want it to become the worst day of their life because of you. These are fairly easy things to do. It's not doing something. And it's not doing something that requires a lot of effort, right? You can feel it. It's that rage that builds up and it comes out. There's some projection in this as well. I mean, like, why do you want your meal different? Why have you got a special order? Do you feel bad about that? Do you feel a bit singled out and you're not very happy about that and you want to project that onto somebody else? God, the layers on this are deep and thick and gooey, aren't they? I mean, there's just so much going on with that. It's all horrible and it's all stuff you just need to pack it in. Calm down. Realize that shouting and being angry is not going to get you what you want. And let go of that rage. Just let it go. That deep breath of, oh, here we go again, and just leave it at that. You don't need to destroy anybody. I don't know how to explain to you that that's wrong. I don't know how to explain to you. You shouldn't enjoy emotionally hurting people because they've in some way wronged you. Because all of this makes you so self-centered that you forget that person across the table. You forget what this repeated pattern of behavior does to you as a person and how it makes you just impossible to spend any pleasant time with. When you've got somebody, when you're doing this around friends, around people who can go very easily, yeah, I'm just not going out with you anymore. I'm not going to go and do anything with you anymore because you are an embarrassment. That's a lot harder when it's somebody you're in a relationship with. That really does drag them down because they're trying their best. And they see the good stuff. They must see good stuff in us, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be there at all. But this is just more shit on the pile. We can't go there. He did this. It was fine until that happened, and you know how Rich reacts to that. We leave people walking on eggshells. We leave people just scared to death that something that sets us off is going to set us off. And we run with it because we're entitled to, right? You have to let these things go. You have to roll with it and accept that life isn't perfect. Sometimes there are annoying things. Sometimes there are genuinely idiots in the world that really do things to you. But it doesn't mean you get to destroy them. So chill out a bit with it. There's my clever advice. Just chill out a bit, right, will you? It's kind of true, though. Just relax. Accept that things don't go right. And don't have that entitled reaction to it. Try being calm. Try being happy. Try being nice. Try being understanding. These are the things you want to replace that rage with. And I think I talked about this in a video about being angry in general. Go out into the world for a bit with the mindset of, if anything goes wrong, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be as nice as I can be. And give it a go. I think that works. Hopefully you'll have some positive reinforcement. I was lucky enough to get that when I tried being nice. It worked. And I tried it again and it worked. And I tried it again and it worked. And now it feels good and satisfying to do that. To know that I got what I wanted. And everyone was happy because I was nice. And people are happier to help you when you're nice. And people are happier to solve your problem when you're nice. You get what you need much more quickly with less shouting and less disturbing the person across the table. Give it a go. What have you got to? Right, if you try and it doesn't work, I give you permission to be angry at an extra person. There. You can make up for it. Please don't do that. You guys take care. I'll see you later. Bye.